Hello, my name is Katie and welcome to my video. I decided kind of at the last minute that I wanted to take part in a readathon that is happening at the end of this month. It's called the FemmeFanTale. It's a readathon that is focused on fantasy books written by women authors. It's hosted by Jean Bookish Thoughts, whose channel I will link below, and she does it with her friend Jill, who I don't believe has a channel, but I'll see if I can link her Twitter or something. The readathon is taking place from September 27th to October 4th. They put together like a bingo card of prompts, and I'm not going to be able to hit all the prompts. I know this. I thought about trying to, but that was requiring me to buy a lot more books than I was prepared to spend money on at the time. So I will just show you what I'm going to read. I'll tell you what prompts they tick off. And I didn't do too bad, all things considered. I'm not sure if I'm even going to be able to read all these in the 8 days. It's kind of a lot, but I'm gonna give it a go. There's some picks here that I'm pretty excited about. The first book I'm gonna read is actually a recommendation from my sister. I don't know anything about it. It is called Heir by Amelie Zhao. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. I'm so sorry. I told her about the readathon and she got pretty excited, and immediately this book came to mind. This covers the prompt for Asia. Now, I'm not totally certain if the continent prompts are the author is from there, or if the book is set there. From watching Jean's video, I think you can kind of interpret these however you would like to, but the author of this book she grew up in Beijing, so that fits for Asia. I'm also using this for the pick your prompt space. It's a part where you can just basically create your own prompt, and then this is the prompt I'm going to create for this is a new to you author. The next book is actually a book that was on my September TBR, so I thought this kind of works out good. I'll just read that one first so I can make sure it gets done in September. And that is The Mortal World by Genevieve Cogman. This is book 5 in the Invisible Library series. And this series is one of my favorites, and I'm slowly starting to find other channels who are talking about it, and that makes me so happy. Essentially what it is we're following this woman. Her name is Irene, and she works for this library that's kind of at the center of a multiverse. There are two competing factions. You have the Fae on the one hand, and they are very filled with chaos, and then you have the dragons, who are very filled with order, and the library is kind of the balance between them. And Irene's job is essentially she's a spy for the library. She goes into different worlds and procures books, usually rare copies of books, and that helps keep the library's link to all the worlds in the multiverse strong. So I read books 1 through 4 and I loved them all, so I'm really excited to continue this series. This book is covering the prompts for Asia because Genevieve Cogman is from the UK, and it's also covering books in a series. The next book on my TBR for the FemmeFanTale is one that I think is going to be on a lot of people's, and that is Raybearer by Ifueko. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not certain. I don't know a whole lot about this book. I started watching reviews and then decided that I was getting too much information and I wanted to tone it down a little bit. But I think it centers on a competition, which is something that I personally love. This covers the prompt for Africa, as the author is, I believe, from Africa. Also, isn't this cover just beautiful? The final book I'm going to try to read in the 8 days is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. I read Silvia Moreno-Garcia's second book, Mexican Gothic, a couple months ago, and I fell in love. So I'm hoping that this book is just as atmospheric as that one is. This one takes place in Mexico, and we follow a woman called Cassiopeia, and she inadvertently releases a Mayan death death god, and the two of them undertake a journey of sorts. So I have high hopes for this because I so greatly enjoy Mexican Gothic, and honestly, the premise of having to travel with a death god sounds like it'll be a good time. So this is covering the prompt for North America because it's set in Mexico, but also I believe the author herself may be from Mexico, but I know she lives in Canada now, so either way, I've got the North America thing covered, I think. This is also a standalone, so it covers that prompt as well. So those are the 4 books that I'm going to try to read for the FemmeFanTale. I'm not sure, like I said, if I'm going to get to all of them, but I'm gonna try. They all seem like good selections. If you have any other books that fit any of the prompts, specifically any prompts that I wasn't able to get to, leave your recommendations in the comments. I'd love to look into some more fantasy written by female authors. If you like my content, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to see you in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye.